Welcome to the Numerology and Astrology for October 2nd, 2021. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 8. So notice last couple days we backed up in order to go forward again. The number 8 is a number of grief, loss, and sadness. In the most positive sense, in the American numerological system, it is about creating money and manifesting money, but it's about bringing those two together in some way. And yet, over and over again, it's like I tell people that the 8 is about death. I mean, it is about loss. It is about reflecting and grieving, and moving through the emotions of grief, not hanging on to them, but allowing them to kind of well up and move through you and well up and move through you so that they don't cause disease and dysfunction by clamping down on them. So the number 8 makes me feel today as if we need to take a look at what has died in our life. And I know we're in COVID quarantine, and I know just being a psychic and having so many clients that a lot of people are physically dying. And I'm not saying COVID dying, I'm saying just in general, a lot of people are physically dying. And I'm not necessarily talking about that. But, let's look at, what do we need to let go of that has died that we're maybe still hanging on to? If anyone has had a normal life, the answer, should be that many things have died in your life. Life is filled with births, deaths, and rebirths. Life is filled with unexpected twists and turns. Life does not follow the plan of our mind all the time. Sometimes dreams also have to die. Perhaps as we age, we have to let go of many things that are no longer in the scope of who we have become. Situations change, and with that, our goals and ideals shift. Learning how to surrender to the passage of time is part of life. Recognizing that we have moved into a different time with new requirements is also fortunate if we learn to embrace the now and release the expectations of the past. The astrology today. The moon is still in the dynamic sign of Leo until tomorrow. Then it will go into Virgo to help us get organized and shift into more clarity of action. But still today, things seem skewed and a bit off. Focus is difficult, and this astrology is putting us into states of confusion and discontent. It is hard to be productive. While Venus and Pluto are sextiling, supporting us in breaking down those walls that keep restricting our mind, heart, and soul, insights are there to help us see past our previous restrictive patterns and give us some options that we did not know we had. Perhaps it is just that we have had enough. There is a great uneasiness that is plaguing this moment in time. We could really use some support, and just someone saying thank you occasionally would be great. It is difficult to keep going when we constantly get those things we get those who only want to see what is wrong rather than what is right. Tremendous dissatisfaction is making many do things that they may never have considered trying before. Be careful that we are stretching in positive ways, not negative ways, and sometimes positive can be more assertive and direct. My quote for today: all things will pass into the starry night sky. All things will grow, wither, and die. This moment in time is less important than it seems. This moment is the fabrication of energy, matter, light, and dreams. And my quote for today: I know all the way to my toes that I refuse to accept the conditions that others want to impose in this world that cause harm and suffering. I know that many others have tried to accept the responsibility to make significant changes to the dysfunction and hate in this world. Yay. In many ways, I have tried to break the back of racism and projections of so many in relationship to others from different cultures and places. Sometimes I've succeeded and sometimes I have failed. Our world proves that this reality allows so many young souls in that have not learned the basics in acceptance and love. And that is why this dimension exists. We are here to learn to love. in this particular density and circumstance. We struggle in this duality to figure out how to embrace the vastness that is love. So many think love is about getting what you want from another, but love is about acceptance and compassion. We are supposed to love many things and many people in this life. We are supposed to stretch our narrow understanding of love. We are supposed to learn to embrace that which we fear, because when we don't understand something, we fear it. And when we fear it, we judge it. And when we are judging, we are in our head and not in our heart. Thanks, everyone.